Hey, welcome back to the Beyond the Sun podcast. This is a podcast where you can gain insight into leveling up your self-worth, career, and income using an astrological approach that goes beyond the sun sign. I'm your host, Nubia. After becoming my own astrologer through completion of a year-long course with a professional astrologer and astrology teacher, I applied what I learned in a practical way, and I leveled up my self-worth, career, and income to where I earn six figures doing work that feels effortless. Now, as a part-time astrology-focused career consultant, I take my wisdom and help clients align with their existing strengths to choose work that feels effortless and pays well. The boost to their sense of self-worth is usually inevitable. Before we get into this episode, let's recap the previous episode. We talked about playing through the pivot, reconnecting with joy, creativity, maybe even a fling to spark change or get out of a rut during a pivotal moment in one's life. And that related to themes of the fifth house of the zodiac wheel. That episode built on the previous episode of family, ancestry, and community and early childhood education. So today's episode focuses on themes of work, day-to-day, mundane, pets and animals, subordinates, illness, and injuries. All of that relates to the sixth house of the astrological wheel. Something that may have immediately maybe shocked you or caused your ears to perk up is that the sixth house deals with work, the day-to-day, but also illness and injury. And I want to share a bit of detail, and I'm going to share 3 reasons why health equals wealth. It's not just a saying, and I think you'll find the insights that I share transformational, and I hope that you apply the information to you in a transformational way. So I'm just going to share the 3 reasons right up front and then go into detail. So reason 1 of why health equals wealth. Frequent breaks, infrequent or short periods of stress encountered leads to a higher quality of the output that you as a worker provide. I'm going to repeat that. Taking frequent breaks or shorter duration of stress, encountering a shorter duration or infrequent periods of stress leads to a higher quality of work. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, roles that offer organizations high value result in experiencing lots of perks, including a higher salary and more paid time off. Reason number 3, the time that you take to engage in out-of-work activities frees up energy to be of even greater value when you return to work. So basically taking a change of scenery. So those are the 3 reasons of why health equals wealth. Now, allow me to delve deeper into this. This is why it's important to choose work that feels effortless to you. That will be different for everyone. For me, work that feels effortless to me has to do with writing, editing, and basically almost anything with communication. I have a story. I remember working in the healthcare IT field at the pharmacy help desk that operated 24/7. I worked for a very large, well-known company. I would have to work, when I first started, I would have to work on weekends and holidays just so there could be a live voice. And I mostly interacted with pharmacies, but I also interacted directly with individuals who needed their medication. Most of the time, I could help. There were some times issues that only the account team could resolve, though. And they never worked on weekends or holidays. And I said to myself, as soon as a role becomes open, I'm going to be an account manager. And I did do that. I did move my way to the role of an account manager. It was, in all reality, a glorified customer service representative, except I had to really cater to the customer, and that customer changed from being the actual person that I would talk to who needed to get their medication to an executive. And you really had to cater to the customer. And that was even when the customer was less than professional or just plain hard to please. Moving on, the amount of pay at the help desk when I started was about, I would say, $37K per year. And the amount for the account manager role was starting out at about $43K per year. So that's like going from, let's say, $17 an hour to $21 an hour. So with that role change, I went from having a 30-minute lunch to an hour lunch. I experienced feeling more valued by the organization. And I did experience stress, but it was a different kind of stress, one that was more manageable. I rarely get sick as it is, but there are chronic conditions that exist, such as, high blood pressure. Decreased mental wellness can result from a stressful job as well. And I'm sharing that story because I want to share that it took me about 3 years between the time I left that role and pivoted into a different career altogether, which is valued in just about every industry. And like I've mentioned before, I'm a technical writer now, and just about every industry needs to have their procedures in place. They need to have oversight. And I chose a high value career and one that feels effortless using my existing skills. As a result, I maintain my health. I improve my health. I get to experience shorter instances of high stress. I encounter infrequent encounters of work stress. I get to earn a decent salary finally at the auntie stage of my life. And I'm able to do more for those I care about. Even if it's not yet as much as I want to do, I am experiencing more wealth. I have the energy, the focus, and the drive to show up to work and to work on my own endeavors outside of my career. And that can lead to more money and access to resources that support a better quality of life. I hope that you're seeing how this theme of wealth being related to health is a direct correlation, because if you don't have your health, you cannot possibly work on that mindset that brings wealth to you. So speaking of health, let me change a little bit. But speaking of health, I partnered with someone that many of you on YouTube may know, but her name is MelissaNeill, Neill. She's a health and fitness coach who I respect and admire so much, and I've partnered with her to coach me as I embrace a more fit lifestyle. Like me, Melissa started her fitness journey over the age of 40. I mean, sure, I was in a world-class HBCU marching band, TU, but I never really actually developed a fitness lifestyle or habit. Anyway, Melissa is now over 50 and has participated in 1 bikini fitness competitions. I'm not at that level. I just want to make sure I stop starting and actually create and stick to a fit lifestyle. So if you want to receive coaching through one of her fitness programs, or you're not sure where to start and you just want to take a quiz, I encourage you to check out her website using my special affiliate link, which is in the description, and then download MelissaNeill's free app called Body by Bikini. Let's get fit together. This is a 4-point win here. Okay, let's get fit together. When you get started on your fitness journey, you get a discount. I might receive a small commission. you're supporting a women-owned small business, and then actually you're supporting 2 women-owned businesses. So listen, no pressure. You can get started on being fit at any age as long as you start and keep going at a consistent pace. So I've shared the link in the description. And before I close out this episode, I was thinking of making this series. So I'm on part 6 of 12 of the series. I was thinking of making this into a checklist once I complete the series. Is that something that would interest you? If so, leave a comment. Let me know. Also, I invite you to comment with one bit of insight you received from this episode. How will you approach work? If you're a workaholic and believe that to be an admirable trait, for example, did this episode change your mind? Why or why not? Finally, take a moment to hit the thumbs up button just for my commitment to bring insight based on experience. Remember, when I share information, my intent is for it to spark transformation. I've been your host, Nubia, and this has been the Beyond the Sun podcast, episode 6, 3 Reasons Why Health is Wealth. Be sure to subscribe so you know when I post the next episode that will focus on themes of partnership, marriage, and relationships, which are related to what is called the 7th house of the astrological wheel. Be well, live your life vision beyond the sun, and I'll see you next time.